Alrighty, boys, so the new Far Cry 6 trailer popped up out of nowhere about 3 days ago. It's been trending all over the place, and for good reason. It actually looks pretty sick. So the Far Cry series, much like Assassin's Creed, it is not a continuing storyline or anything like that, kind of like Final Fantasy as well. Each game is its own unique storyline, characters, even gameplay mechanics and whatnot. Granted, they do play out quite similarly. Now, there has been a couple of stinkers in the series. For example, Primal. Literally, Primal was a pretty flaccid game, but all in all, most of these games were quarter chubbers at least, if not full-blown thick, veiny, girthy ragers. For example, Far Cry 2 on the PlayStation 3, I believe it was, played the hell out of that game. I believe that's the one where you're in Africa and you get malaria and whatnot. Far Cry 3 was pretty good. Now, the last one, hit and miss. It hasn't been really lauded as one of the best games of the collection or series or anything like that, but we're going to watch this trailer and it looks awesome. Now, graphically, it's not the most pleasing thing in the world. The graphics aren't stellar. Some of the lighting's pretty good. Some of the shading and textures are okay. But gameplay, the actual combat mechanics, and the environments look super sick. So enough jaw-jacking and lip-smacking. Share my screen. We'll get right into it. I'm not going to run an intro in this video or anything like that. So another Ubisoft game, of course. And we'll see if it's soft or if it's going to be a hard boy. So it takes place in South America, as you can see.
Another ugly bartender.
Some real corny voice acting as usual.
What do you think gave it away, Wapo?
This little snack and a half.
Fucking waste of time.
Can you whistle?
What?
Nah, you can't whistle.
Rawr. So you got yourself an attack gator. Of course, you could always train animals in the last couple Far Cries to do your bidding. I think it's been like the last 3 Far Cry games. So I do like the graphical style here. It's just not the most graphically pleasing game in the world. The Far Cry series has never been very stunning when it comes to graphical fidelity, but hopefully the frame rate will be at cap 60. That would be nice. A lot of little mini games, as you could say, see playing dominoes and whatnot.
Our people kill whoever gets in our way.
By smuggling in supplies, you'll add some piss and fire to our movement.
You got that right.
Piss and fire. I've been pissing fire for weeks, boys. So it looks like a lot of weapon customization as well as vehicle customization. A lot of off-road vehicles like buggies and Humvees and whatnot. Basically, just pimp your ride out. You got a Bel Air there shooting flames from the urethra tip. So the lighting does look really good. I don't know if ray tracing will be supported, but it does look like some of those textures, some of those lighting effects do look pretty good.
Bloodthirsty jungles,
The jungles.
shorelines, dead-end towns, and our friendly capital.
So a lot of really diverse areas, as you see. You've got some inner town areas, you've got some rural country areas and whatnot, which I like. I think that's going to lead to some very unique battles, some awesome combat scenes. Probably some stealth out in the woods, creeping around, and then also some close quarter combat inside of buildings and whatnot in the inner city. So that is pretty cool. And the weapons are giving off kind of a steampunk vibe, which I'm not really sure why. I believe this is takes place in modern time, but you get kind of a Bioshock steampunk vibe from the weapons.
Christmas trees? Do you even grow those here?
Mexicans pay crazy money for these.
A little racist, but all right. All right, Corporal, get the fuck out of there. So anyway, you can actually talk your way out of some fights and whatnot, kind of that RPG aspect. Use your dialogue instead of jumping into combat, which is pretty sweet.
Hey, he's not here.
You expected reinforcements? I got news for you. You're an army of one against.
I like how that dude flying the helicopter didn't have a helmet on. He didn't have ear pro on. He was just wearing like an outfit. It's not very realistic, but all right. This ain't no Milsim over here. This ain't a Tarkov, boy. This ain't Escape from Tarkov. So as you see, that enemy has a deployable barricade. Really sick. This chick really tickles her nether regions by burning herself. She likes to Christian Grey herself. The weapons all look super unique, as you can see here. That's like a bolt gun. This thing is like a motorcycle gun that's been converted into a minigun. This next weapon here is like a CD player that cuts people with shooting CDs. Pretty cool. I guess that's the only practical use for CDs nowadays.
Now we're fucking talking.
Sick.
This
Now, these backpacks give you unique abilities, whether it's jetpack or a missile launcher on your back, maybe a flamethrower. So that'll add some serious OP stats to your large-scale battles, which is really cool here. Yeah, this just looks super fun. That is some serious range on that flamethrower. My goodness gracious.
For the guerrilla, the shit my pants rush of an ambush, the taste of sweet victory, and you freed your people from tyrants.
So again, this doesn't graphically look very fantastic, but that could come down to a couple things. One, the Far Cry series has never traditionally or historically been the most graphically beautiful game or anything like that, because that's not what it's about. They go off core gameplay mechanics. Two, this is also just a trailer, so I don't know how it was rendered. They say this is actual gameplay footage, and I believe they said that this was on a Xbox series, so I'm assuming you would see a little bit more graphical fidelity out of the PC version.
It's fun.
And the final rule. A good guerrilla.
Oh, it's a puppy! Look at the little wrinkly wrists. Oh, that's cute. So all in all, I'm actually really excited for this game. Like I said, the Far Cry series, they've been primarily hits. They've been received pretty well in the gaming community and whatnot. There have been a couple stinkers. Some people really liked Primal, but for the most part, it was seen as kind of the worst one in the series. You can kind of think of it as the Fallout 76 of the Fallout series. You can think of it as Fallout 76 of the Far Cry series. But all in all, I think this looks really cool. The gameplay, the combat looked awesome. Some of the customization when it comes to weapons, vehicles. I like the diversity in environments. You had some inner city areas. You had some rural jungles and rainforests and whatnot. All in all, I'm really excited for this game, and I will be picking it up, reviewing it for you guys, as well as most likely streaming it live. If you guys like the video, tickle in the YouTube prostate, kind of tap in the Google colon. Helps me to grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover a ton of news in the gaming community and industry, as well as tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing. See you guys in the next video. Peace.